Hi, my name is Dr. Ken Gildan. I do not only people but animal chiropractic as well. This is my dog, Flower. She's one of our office dogs. She's actually our second border collie that we've had in the office. My first border collie we had in was Chance, and Chance was a retired seeing eye dog. Yes, I know, we see you. He was a retired seeing eye dog that her owner, or his owner, got really sick and was unable to take care of him. So the lady had put him into a rescue, and I was talking with the rescue about adopting a dog at that time. The dog had been bounced around from some different homes and ended up getting in a really bad fight, which tore him up, and he had stitches. His heart rate was way down, and they were talking about putting him down. So while I was up there looking at other dogs to adopt, they asked me if I would just take a look at him because they knew I did animal chiropractic. So we started adjusting him, and immediately his heart rate came up double. And they were quite a ways away up in the Victorville area, and said, well, what can we do? There's nobody up here that'll do this stuff. So I agreed to take him for a couple weeks just to work on him, see if I could get him straightened out for him, and then we'd go from there. After a couple weeks, his heart rate was up, like I say, stayed up double. You could actually adjust him, and we could palpate him and feel his heart rate come from half of what it should have been right up to its normal rate. The vet that was taking care of him said it was amazing. He's seen many different dogs with heart rates be too high and then come back down once they calm down, but never seen one go from too low and then come back up. He was for sure that we were going to have to put this dog down. 8 years later, after we kept taking care of him, he finally passed away. His heart finally gave out on him. So he didn't live his full range, but somewhere around the age of 13, he finally succumbed to it. But that put another 8 years into him by just getting him adjusted. Because he needed to be taken care of and they didn't have anybody up there, I went ahead and that was the dog that I adopted. And because he was a working dog, we had him in the office every day, and he would be curled up in the corner just seeing people and happy as can be that he got to be someplace. Chance is the first dog that we had in the office, but not the first dog that we were adjusting. When I first came out of school, I had a little dachshund called Oscar that had parvo. We took care of him, got him adjusted, and again, another one they were going to put down, and a couple weeks of adjusting him, he was up running around. He had lost the use of his legs, and that never came back, but he had all control of his bowel and bladder, all that stuff came back for him, and he lived a full life, only he had to walk around in what's called wheelies. He had a little wheelchair for himself that would wheel him around in that. Back then, all I did was just call my board to find out, hey, what do we need to do for taking care of animals? I had a lot of specialty training because I did all my advanced training in a place called Mount Horeb, Wisconsin. And back there, they taught us to do both animals and people. So I didn't need to go through anything out here to do that, and our board said that was fine. Since then, our board's become a little weak. The veterinary boards become very strict on that stuff. And so they are investigating chiropractors and going through and making sure that they are good to go with animal chiropractic. We've gone through our whole vetting process through the board, and they were very thorough. And when we're done, we're able to be in here doing animal adjusting. So you will find it a little more difficult to find an animal chiropractor these days. So I'm going to adjust Flower right here so we get to see what that looks like. Got you right there, girl. Good. Sit up right here. Oh, you see her. She turns back around and looks at me. She knows something's going on. She gets adjusted all the time, so she's really not sore or tender at all, so there really isn't too much problem with that with her. But the type of adjustment I do, there's over 200 different types of adjustments for people as well. So the type of adjustment I do adjusts from a point of neutral. It's a Gonstead adjustment technique, and it doesn't take and stress the joint out. So I'm able to adjust dogs without putting muzzle on them 90% of the time. Now, if they're really tender or sore, sometimes we'll have to do it. But that's usually a little more to protect the owner than me, because when I'm adjusting somebody else's dog, I usually have them holding onto the collar, talking to them right up at their face area. It kind of helps calm them down a little bit. So that's what we do to get them adjusted on a regular basis.
Ken, what are some of the things that you've seen in helping the dogs?
Most of our animals come in because they have some kind of, leg problems. Their legs aren't working well. They're limping. And so when we start adjusting them, that stuff clears up really quickly. We also see bowel and bladder problems that, you know, will get cleared up. Now, unlike a vet, we're not going in and diagnosing, oh, you know, this particular problem and this is what we're going to do to take care of that. The only thing we do in chiropractic is work on the spine, all the way from the top down to the bottom, making sure that each one of the spinal joints is working the way that it's supposed to. Because there are vital nerves that come out of that spine, control everything in the entire body. Unlike in today, we think of everything so easily, I mean, as Wi-Fi. Here I'm doing this video and my mic is Wi-Fiing over to the camera. Our bodies, including animals' bodies, are all hardwired. So there is no Wi-Fi to make your hand move or to make their arms move or their legs move. So that nervous system is really important to make sure that the whole body works the way that it needs to. So a lot of times people will come in because they've got some particular problem in the animal, and then after a while of us adjusting them, we see other things cleared up. We just adjusted a dog the other day that had ear problems, and that isn't even the reason why they came in. But after us adjusting them for a couple of weeks, the ears completely cleared up. The low back is getting much better. The legs are starting to work better as well. But the owner was just amazed that the ears, they thought that was a permanent problem that he was going to have with that sensitivity. So a lot of things do clear up. Animals generally tend to heal up a little faster than people do, and I think that has to do with the fact that there's two types of intelligence in the body. There's our educated intelligence, and then there's our innate intelligence. That innate intelligence being what kind of automatically works and does things. Obviously, an animal is a lot more innately intelligent than educated, and I think that helps them heal up a lot faster. So, you know, the real question isn't, you know, should animals be getting adjusted, but, you know, why shouldn't they be? If they've got more innate intelligence, and chiropractic arguably does more to help the innate intelligence than it does the educated intelligence, then chiropractic is really going to be one of the best things you can do for an animal.
Okay, this is Pippin, and he has spinal cord arthritis. He was diagnosed by a veterinarian. She wanted me to just put him on tramadol, but I didn't want to do that, and I found Dr. Gildan. Within a month after seeing Dr. Gildan, my dog could walk again. His tail's in the middle of his spine, and he's not an inverted C shape, as you will see. And it's done wonders for, saved his life, literally, saved my dog's life.
Let's take a look at you. Gotcha.
So how long did that take to go from the inverted C to him being able to walk?
About
About a month,
About a
right?
month?
Yeah.
But each visit was a significant improvement. Just,
And is he on the tramadol at all?
he doesn't
Nope.
take any meds, no.
And how old?
He's 13,
Wow. And how long ago was this that you started coming?
July.
Wow.
There we go. Just like that.
And now he's done, and you're going to see a really happy little dog. He's a very happy man.
He gets very wound up right after he gets
He
adjusted.
loves.
Now look at him. And he couldn't walk?
Now, yeah, but look at him. He's, you know, he's happy. He's a happy man.
Yay.
He's a happy man.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Pippin, where are you going? Where are you